Peace and love. God bless. This is Mark the Silver Money Dude. We are in the month of May. Temperature still low to mid 50s. Sometimes low to mid 40s. Yesterday we had 71 degree weather. And today it's about 57 degrees. Got my iced coffee from Mickey D's. Ready to go. I got a good video for you guys today. You know, I've been making consistent silver related videos here recently, over the past week or so. And it's because of what I can see happening globally in the economy, some of the issues related to what the U.S. is going through internationally within other countries, and also what I see happening in the financial markets with the price of silver continuing to be suppressed. I want to talk today about something that people are consistently asking me, which is, you know, what will it take for silver to rise in price? The answer to that is kind of tricky. And the reason that I say that is because it's really simple and straightforward, but at the same time, there are way too many intricacies to really determine what it will take to spark or ignite a massive or even consistent upward movement of the price of silver. Before I go into that, I want to talk a moment about a little bit of the history of silver in the United States. Many of you are familiar with JFK, President John F. Kennedy. He was assassinated in the 60s. A lot of things took place right before his assassination, one of them being an executive order that he had signed, which was Executive Order 11110, 4 ones and 10. And that order was to print $4 billion worth of currency that was backed up by silver. It was called a silver certificate. And we actually had silver certificates, but he wanted to print silver certificates that was 100% backed up by the silver that the United States had in their possession at the time. Shortly after that executive order was issued, he was murdered. He was assassinated. Now, a lot of people don't connect that. Based on the research that I've done, I connected it almost immediately because I understand the value of silver and what it meant and what it means today. Now, contrary to what you might think, many of you might think that the government of the United States runs this country. It doesn't. As a matter of fact, there is no government that runs itself. Every government on earth, as we know it, is not run by the government. It is run by the banks. And I can't reiterate that enough. A lot of you don't even realize the power that the banking system has over your life. Where do you go when you want a loan? Where do you go when you want to buy a car? You want to buy a house? You want a credit card? You want a credit line, a home equity line, a revolving credit line? Where do you go? Where do you get the money from? The government? No. The bank. Okay. That's one point. So if that's the case, then the banks are controlling the currency that we use every day. You think the government controls the currency. Many of you probably think that the Federal Reserve is a government agency. It's not. It's a privately held, privately owned bank. So we have a privately owned bank that is actually printing the currency that we used. Yet in our Constitution it states that no one, no state, shall print any currency unless it be in gold or in silver. And also, only the Treasury Department has the authority, or is supposed to have the authority, to print currency. So why do we have a private bank printing our currency? Do your research on the history of the Federal Reserve Bank. It was created in 1913. It was created the same year that the Internal Revenue Service was created. Do some research about the government and the system that you are using every day. Don't just blindly use this system that you're in and that you're a part of and not know anything about it. It really it's senseless for you not to be educated about something that controls your life every day. That's what I don't get that people do. They just take everything for granted. Oh, well, you need money. Well, how did money come to even be? And why are we still using it? And is it what we think it is? Critical thinking. You have to learn to exercise that. That's why people call me critical thought, because that's all I do. But I shouldn't be the only one doing it. Why don't you do it? If you're watching this video, in this video, I wanted to just touch on a few things that I'll probably go into in more detail in future videos. But I wanted to lay out the foundation and lay out the cookie dough for what's to come. So it's very important for you to educate yourself. Don't rely on the media and the news and what's going on in the world that they want you to know, that's really distracting you from learning. You have to educate yourself and you have to learn about things that are relevant to your life. Being debt-free, accumulating real assets, things that are valuable intrinsically, that have real value that cannot be manipulated. These are very important things. And most of you have no clue about any of it. That's a horrible thing. It's a horrible way for you to exist. Because what that really means is that you have an entire system that you're a part of, that you know nothing about, that you participate in, and that you continue to keep going to your own detriment. There are masses of people and millions of people that have been brainwashed into believing the hype. Go to school. Go to college. Or not. Get a job. It's a rotation. This system is moving like this because of the fact that people are brainwashed into believing that that's all that they're supposed to be doing. Don't question anything. Don't ask questions. Just cooperate with the system. We have a system in place. Just Be a law-abiding citizen. Don't do anything else. If that's how you live and that's how you think, you're an idiot. You're stupid. And the reason that I say that is because you can easily educate yourself, become aware, wake yourself up, and not force yourself on others, but just be aware of the way that the system works. And don't allow the things that are inherently built into the system to manipulate your life and your well-being and the well-being and the life of your family. That's the key. I love to make these videos. Sometimes I might rant and I might become, very passionate in the video. And it's because I see things every day. Like being in the businesses that I'm doing and the fact that I deal with people on a daily basis, I'm able to see what people are going through in their life. A lot of times people tell me what they're going through. I don't ask them. They just volunteer to tell me because I obviously must be a good listener or someone that they would want to talk to about the things going on with them. I don't have to ask them, oh, well, how's life? How's it going? How are your children? How's your family? They volunteer the information to me. And I come to find that most people are going through the problems that they're going through for no reason at all, other than the fact that they just choose to remain in the dark. So I do everything within my power to motivate and to encourage people to become educated and to self-educate. Don't rely on media and television to educate you. Don't limit yourself to an institution of higher learning, a college or a school. Don't limit yourself to just be educated through that method. You have access to the internet. You have access to the public library. You have access to a lot of information. And you can take advantage of this because you have access to the information. Just imagine if you didn't have access and you only were exposed to whatever the system wanted you to know. No. You're in a position to choose to educate yourself. So why not do it? These videos are educational. This platform that I'm using through YouTube is a way for you to have a shortcut to information that's relevant directly to improving and increasing your wealth and your life, to making life better for yourself and for your family, and for you to reach out to others by sharing the information to make their lives better and their family lives better. That's the connecting dot. That's what the platform is on YouTube that I'm using it for. And I pray that you do the same. That's why I always encourage you guys to share the videos. Share. Even if you're not participating in the Silver Money Takeover and you don't have a monthly purchase plan, that's on you. You don't have to. I'm not forcing anyone to do it. It's available to you. And there's a very specific plan that is in place that you can either be a part of or that you can observe. And that plan is intended to make life better for all. Not some, all. That's the relationship between Mark the Silver Money Dude and the Silver Money Takeover, Silver Money Investment Group, 20K Journey, the Free World Order. I talk about the Venus Project. I talk about the Free World Charter. I talk about a resource-based economy. They're all intertwined and connected. Let me move back a little bit. I spoke on what happened to JFK and the fact that he was assassinated. Some people have, whatever their theory might be behind that. It's very clear why he was killed. Because he presented a scenario that was a threat to the banks. The banks control this world. Not government. Government is who they want you to think controls everything. The banks control everything. Anytime there's a political race, the banks are so smart, or I can't say the banks, because it's people that own the banks. The bankers, the people that own these banks, these central banks, and that are directly tapped in and also controlling the banking system. Because every bank that you see all get their money from the Federal Reserve Bank, which is a central bank. They actually create currency. That is so much power to have. You guys don't realize, and it's a very small group of people that control the whole thing. So I hope through these videos that, these things are helping to educate you just to become more informed and to give you a blueprint for what it is that you should be doing right now. With silver, specifically. I'm connecting the dots between JFK and silver. The reason that he was really assassinated, because what he wanted to do was a direct threat to the banks. Anything that is a direct threat to the banks, they want to shut down. But I want you guys to realize the power that you have. You are part of a mass. You are part of a massive group of millions of people. Millions. They cannot stop millions of people that have a common purpose, that are on one accord, and that are executing a plan that cannot be stopped. They can't stop it. So you guys, many of you might think a little selfishly, oh, I would love to be a millionaire. I want to have riches. I want to live, a luxurious life. I want to live like that. See, these images that you see on television, you see movie stars, actors and actresses. You see people in, government offices in high places. You see people that are millionaires and billionaires, and you see the lifestyle that they live, and you want it. It all is basically pushing you to feel greed and to want those things for yourself. No. That's not what this is about. When you hear me say get rich, I'm not talking about just you. I'm talking about all of us. If we're all rich, just think logically for a minute. If everyone had access to everything that they wanted or needed, don't you think that the majority of crime would be completely eliminated? If you had no reason to covet or want what someone else has, because you have access to the same thing that they have access to. There's no reason. There's nothing to gain by you coveting or wanting something that someone else has, because you have access to the same, if not better. That's the premise of the resource-based economy. The resource-based economy would be the source of production that is so high that everyone has access to anything that they can imagine wanting to have, because it can be produced. Simple. Let me move backwards a little bit. I need to back up because I'm moving too fast. And how long is this video? This is a long video. We're already up to 20 minutes. I might have to continue this. I'll come back with a part 2. Let me end this. Facebook.com/GetRichSlow, YouTube.com/SilverMoney2013. If you're not subscribed to the channel already, make sure that you do so. Sign up for a monthly purchase plan. Join the Silver Money Takeover. Start buying silver and never sell it back. That is the Silver Money Takeover. That is the principle. That is what we're doing. Buy silver every month, never sell it back. We take control of silver as a resource and as a commodity and as something that the world needs. And we create a voice that we can use to change this world for the better, for all people, for every human being on the planet. Simple. It's such a simple sounding idea, but yet people think it's far-fetched, like it can't happen. Why not? We have access to silver. Silver's valuable. You're being misled into thinking that it's not valuable. But we can use it to break the stronghold that the bank has on our system. Get rid of the system and replace it with a resource-based economy. And we move from there. Simple. In any case, this is Mark, Silver Money Dude, signing off. I'll be back with a part 2. Peace, God bless. Keep stacking.